You're my first.
Now you are live. Welcome, everyone. Today we have a hot seat live with the famous Dr. Lida Fatemi, and she is academic hospitalist. She is a physician who is specializing in psychedelic medicine. She also started working with people in hospice and help not only patients, caregivers, masses. She has been appeared on NBC, ABC, WebMD, and she's also an author and podcast host. Dr. Fatemi, welcome.
Yay, thank you so much for having me, Ludmila. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, Lida, let's start hot seat. So hot seat is a very new way how we're going to see how we can help more people to learn more about psychedelic medicine, as well as how you as an expert can help them. So please tell me a little bit, what is psychedelic medicine? Like, people have so many assumptions about it.
Right. They're mind altering medicines that expand the mind, that increase connectivity between areas of the brain that we didn't know existed before. The stigma comes from the Act of 1970, where they made it illegal to use any substances that were not on this particular list. They became substance one schedules, and now we're looking at the research and really seeing the effectiveness of it for mental health benefits.
So do they teach about it in medical school right now? Because I don't remember that anyone would mention, like, 30 years ago, that would be probably illegal. I would be escorted from the classroom.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And now what we're seeing is that people are suffering so much that we've expedited, these studies. We're seeing MDMA be in a phase 3 clinical trial at the FDA level. That's a huge thing for PTSD in veterans. So we're seeing the benefits, and it's outweighing our stigma of the past.
Now, I want to remind everyone who is listening us right now, you can go ahead and post the comments below, and please join Lida Fatemi and look at her website, Conscious Physician. So next question, what is the dangerous thing about psychedelic medicine?
If you have a history of bipolar, mania, psychosis, schizophrenia, it can put you in a manic episode that is very difficult to get out of. So, and then there's a 10% chance of having an adverse outcome in a high dose psychedelic session. So you have to be very aware of what you're getting into and have an expert with you, a guide expert.
Just for people, so what's a high dose in psychedelic medicine? Can you give us an example?
Absolutely. Different medicines are different doses, but I'm going to give you an example of psilocybin, which is the active ingredient in magic mushrooms. The high dose is about 3.5 grams to 5 grams. That's a high dose. Now, a micro dose is about 50 milligram to 120 milligram in a capsule.
Okay, I'm going to write it down. Excellent. So what would be one thing that you would tell your client about psychedelic medicine, and who are your clients? Who do you teach?
Yeah, I teach physicians actually, which is I find it fascinating. Physicians, some MPs, people in the mental health realm, also they come to me, and they have to be in a state where it's legal. So Oregon and Colorado have legalized it now. So those are my clients usually that want to know about it so that they can teach their patients and their clients.
What about physician assistants or nurses?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. If they come forward, it's something that people have to have an interest in. A lot of people in addiction medicine, actually, I have a lecture that I'm going to be giving at the Colorado University in March for the Addiction Medicine Fellowship over there. So, those that, in addiction, in mental health, I have a lot of people that want to have me, give lectures and education.
So how they can connect with you after that lecture? What would be the best way?
The best way, I'm very simple, and just email me, lidafatemi@gmail.com. Very
Okay.
simple.
Excellent. lidafatemi@gmail.com. Okay, excellent. Now, What is, recently also I was in Dubai at the conference, and there were a lot of like healthcare coaches, and they not necessarily have medical degree. Would they learn something from you, or how would you teach them?
Yeah, that would be, anyone really in this healthcare and coaching realm could benefit from this. I've talked to people in the Southeast who, have reached out and, they're trying to learn how do I add on something like psilocybin low dose in my coaching plan, because in coaching you're trying to change patterns, for the negative, patterns that get us stuck and stagnant, for patterns that serve us and make us grow and have creativity, especially as entrepreneurs. And these medicines help open those up, and it helps us get through trauma, which is huge. Trauma really weighs us down. So we have a lot of coaches that reach out to me just because of that.
So do you think it could be like a multi-step process? Let's say if someone, healthcare coach in healthcare industry, they don't have a medical degree, you would teach them just how to approach people. And then subsequently, as a next step, then you would teach about more, scientific approach, doses, and so on. Would it be that an option?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I do in my program is, this is when I train people to do this, it's a 12-week program that I teach you conscious life practices. And on top of that, how you can use these medicines in a low dose in your own life, so that when you prescribe it to your clients and patients, you know what that journey is like, because you got to have some experience behind it. You can't just like give these medicines out and be like, oh, just go have fun with it. No, it's like, it has to be very, very responsible, very calculated, very well thought about when you approach this. And so then I teach them how they can teach their clients and their patients in their clinics or practices.
Excellent. So who is your mentor?
My mentor, I have Dr. Rick Strassman, who is the first clinical psychiatrist in the world who did studies on DMT at University of New Mexico. He's still in New Mexico, and with him, we banter back and forth about these things. I have another mentor, Dr. Larry Lehman. He's family medicine here and works with the underserved moms who, a lot of them are homeless and have substance use disorders, and prenatal care, and how he transitions them using psychedelic medicines to get off of heroin, for example, or cocaine. And, how do you save this fetus, without complications? So very complex social situations. And yeah, he's a great asset.
Yeah, I think it's also helpful for other coaches and the physicians to know that you have such a great, support and mentorship. Excellent. Now, switch conversation. What's the funniest part about psychedelic medicine?
Oh man, it's it's when
I heard weird stories.
weird stories. Tell me, what have you heard?
How these people see such a dreams that it's out of space and I'm not allowed to share on,
Yes,
on the
yes,
live.
yes, and that's why you do. People,
Embarrassing. It could be embarrassing.
they feel like they're out in the orbit somewhere, with some of them, like DMT, bufo, things like that. Psilocybin, not so much. But the funniest is, when people just start laughing and without like any control, and you're like, oh, this is good. This is good. But, and then sometimes you have people who really get into their challenging experiences and their traumas, but they come through it, which is amazing. And that's what, we say that you can do 10 years of talk therapy, but with one session of high dose psilocybin, you can get through more than those 10 years.
That's amazing. So what the next question, what would you like for your clients to achieve? What do you see as their vision?
I would love for people to, and this is what they come in with, they want to get through their traumas and the things that they've held on to for so long. They're done with it. They want to be more creative. They want to be more loving. They want to be more present. And that's all achievable. It's got to be work though. You got to work on it. And I love to see them do this work with their own patients and with their own clients. And that's the best part about it.
So what three things they would learn from you?
You
online?
know, one is, how do I keep myself well? How do I keep my own mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health? How do I stay connected, engaged? And how do I, keep myself well, number one. Number two, how can, once I've dealt with my own traumas, how can I be of service to others? And, number three, it's the impact that we make in the world. It's
Mhm.
every small community is an impact in the global community.
And so, with all of this impact, how actually we, where do we start? Like, let's say, today I would be ready to start working with you. And so, what do I need to prepare? Like, do I just like email to you, or send you a message, send you DM? Like, where do I start?
Yeah, you can, any which way to speaks to your heart. Okay. You can go through LinkedIn. I'm on there, Lida Fatemi. I'm on Facebook. You can privately message me. You can email me on lidafatemi@gmail.com. You can go through my website, consciousphysician.org. There are many different ways. It's just got to be that you want it. If you're not committed, then it's not going to work. And I don't take committed. If you're not committed, I don't take you as a client. We have the interview and, we have that discussion, kind of like you. I'm kind of strict too.
You think I'm strict. We're live. Actually, the world can hear us.
Oh,
Well,
I love it. But you know what? You hold people to the fire and they do it. They get through some stuff that they've wanted to go get through all these years and they finally do it now, you know? So it's worth it.
yeah. So tell us, what's the new, latest, innovative way? I know I learned about you a lot, and I know we've been laughing and having such a great time. We want to bring a little bit energy to the audience. So if you are listening to us, who is listening and commenting right now, we do this to bring energy, to help you. It's kind of bringing you enlightened way. And Dr. Fatemi teaches a lot about very serious. Like help with the symptoms, but she's also so personalized and loving person, and she has extensive training. And I also figured out that you've had something new. I know you had your experience and with your life experience, but what's new that you're doing?
So I have a podcast that's new. We just published a book called Thrive After Burnout with 50 other female physicians, and that is just amazing.
Yeah,
Super happy
that's
about
amazing. The physician's entrepreneur.
that.
Yes.
Yes, so excited for that, and just
And that's
amazing, amazing.
Sharon
Sharon McLaughlin.
Lynn. Yes, amazing. So congratulations. That has been a fabulous, fabulous book. And we want to obviously do next time hot seat on that book. And also, I heard that you are working also with patients in hospice. Am I correct? I don't want to.
Yeah. I'm working with hospice patients right now, and I'm expanding that practice. And some of the most amazing psychedelic studies that have come out in the recent years. In 2016, Hopkins published, this paper about, psychotherapy plus high dose psilocybin sessions for patients at the end of life with a terminal diagnosis, and they had fear of death at the end of life. So that's a realm that I would love to work with once, the legalization goes through. I think New Mexico should be next in line after Colorado. And I'm really excited for that to, perhaps combine the two. I'm also writing a book about all of this. So we have practitioners across the globe that want to use these methods in their own practice, and they will be able to do that.
Yeah, that's a whole new addition. And thank you very much for sharing about expertise. And so this will conclude our first hot seat. And please, everyone, join Dr. Lida Fatemi, and strongly encouraged to connect. She's a conscious physician in ABC, NBC. She appear on the multiple networks as well as WebMD. Listen to her podcast. And one last word, Lida, please, for us.
Yeah, be well, take care of you, have the container of self-compassion every day. Don't wait for the vacation. It's every day.
That's right. Thank you. So
Thank you so much.
thank you so much. And I enjoy, and we will see you at the next hot seat. Bye for now.
Bye.